All right, here's a quick review of the metric system. Thomas Jefferson in 1790 recommended to Congress that we actually adopt it as a country instead of, 3 feet in a yard, 12 inches in a foot, 8 ounces in a cup, all that jazz. And unfortunately, they voted no. So we're still stuck with our bizarre system, even though France did adopt it. And so a lot of other countries use metric. We're still stuck with our kind of old fashioned English system from way back when. Um, so let's just review this quick. Um, the main things are you have meters, liters, and grams. Meters deal with distance or length. Liters are liquid measures, so like volume, and grams are mass. And so you have three units, typically smaller, 3 units bigger. There are other ones, but these are the main ones. So you have decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. And then on this side, you have decameters, hectometers, oops, that's an H, and kilometers. Okay, and so kilometers would be kind of, if you go to Europe, they would use those instead of miles. Again, not the same as miles, the conversion. Centimeters are used, century, a cent, there's 100 cents in a dollar, so there's 100 of those in the main units. And millimeters, there's 1,000 of those in these guys right here. Again, these prefixes can be used on liters and grams, so you have milligrams, centigrams, decigrams, decagrams, hectograms, and kilograms, just like any of the other ones. So it's kind of cool that you can have the same units as far as prefixes go. The other thing is these are powers of 10. All right, so if I have 82, say, grams, and I want to go to centigrams, I'm going 2 jumps to a smaller unit. And when you go to a smaller unit, you're going to have more of them. All right, so when I go, I'm going to have times 10 times 10 because I'm going to have 2 jumps to the right. So I'm going to have 100 more of the numeric values, so 8,200. But I have a smaller unit, so now I have what, centigrams? All right, so as I go to the right to a smaller unit, if I go 2 jumps, it's going to make my decimal jump twice because each jump is a power of 10. So there's one power of 10, another power of 10. So basically this gets multiplied by 100. If I have, say, 8.2 hectoliters, and I want to go to kiloliters, I'm going 1 jump this way. So my decimal is going to go 1 jump that way also. So it's going to go 1 jump to the left, which is 0.82. And again, it should make sense that it's 10 times smaller because I'm going to a bigger unit, so I'm going to have less of them. So I'm going to divide by 10 because I'm going from a lot of a smaller unit to less of a bigger unit. If I have, say, 8,000, let's do millimeters, and I want to go to just regular meters, how many meters that is. All right, so I can go and I could say, okay, well, there's 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps. All right, and so my decimal is going to go 3 jumps to the left, so 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to end up with 8 meters. All right, again, why does that make sense that the numeric value got smaller? Well, because the unit got bigger. So as I change my unit going this direction, I'm going to a bigger unit. So I'm going to have less of a bigger thing. So I have 3 jumps. So I'm going to divide by 10 3 times. So that means my decimal is going to go 1, 2, 3 this direction. So the nice thing about metric is you can just basically multiply by powers of 10 or divide by powers of 10. So just move the decimal because it's based on powers of 10. There are some weird ones here after you get kilo. And these are 3,000 jumps. So there's mega, which is 10 to the 6th. Over just the normal one. A giga, which is 10 to the 9th, which is a billion, and tera, which is 10 to the 12th. So those are kind of some weird ones. And then there's also micra, which is 1 millionth, a nano, which is 1 billionth, and a pico, which is 1 trillionth. And we'll talk a little bit about those in class.